Okay, so we are now at stage 4, paragraph page 223. Okay, and our last headword was center, your work type of lesson.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with our revision. Okay, one moment. Okay, here we go. First question. Are you
Okay.
hungry at the moment? Are you hungry at the moment? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm
Um,
hungry at the moment.
oh, are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world
Yes.
today? Are there a lot of hungry people in some parts of the world today? Yes, there are
Yes,
a
there
lot of
are
hungry
a lot of
people
hungry
in some
people
people in
people
some
and
parts
in some
of the
parts
world today.
of the world today.
Right, does your stomach make noises when you're hungry? Does your stomach make noises when you're hungry? Yes, my
Yes,
stomach
my
makes
stomach
noises
makes
when I'm
noises
hungry.
when I'm hungry.
Wait, tell me a geographical fact. Tell me a geographical fact, please. Mount Everest
Mount
is the
Everest
highest
is the
mountain
highest
in the
mountain
world.
in the world.
Very good. Tell me a historical fact. Tell me a historical fact, please. The Second World
The
War
Second World
began
War
in
began in
1939.
1939.
Very good. Tell me a mathematical fact. Tell me a mathematical fact, please. 2 plus 2
2 plus
equals
2
4.
equals 4.
Very good. When you get hungry, what do you do? When you get hungry, what do you do? When I get
And
hungry,
when I get
I
hungry,
eat.
I eat.
Do you think your English is getting better? Do you think your English is getting better? Yes, I think
Yes,
my English
I think my
is
English
getting better.
is getting better.
Very good. About how much does a doctor get a month? About how much does a doctor get a month? A doctor gets about
Adopters, it's about two
2 million yen
2 million
a
yen
month.
a month.
Very good. Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday? Do you get any cards from your friends on your birthday? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
get
get
some cards from
some
my friends
cards
on
from
my
my
birthday.
friends on my birthday.
Very good. Can I get clothes from a bookshop? Can I get clothes from a bookshop? No, you
No,
can't get
you can't
clothes
get
from a
clothes
bookshop.
from bookshop.
Which animal do we get milk from? Which animal do we get milk from? We get milk
We get
from a
milk
cow.
from a cow.
Will you go and get a pen for me from the next room? Will you go and get a pen for me from the next room, please? Yes, I'll
Yes,
go and get
I'll
a pen
go
for
and
you
get a pen
from
for
the next
you
room.
from the next room.
When children are young, do their parents get them from school each day? When children are young, do their parents get them from school each day? Yes. When
Yes,
children are young,
when children are
their
young,
parents
their
get them
parents
from
get
school
them from
each
school
day.
each day.
Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please? Will you get that book from the table and give it to me, please? Yes, I'll get
Yes,
that
I'll
book
get that
from the
book
table
from the
and give it
table
to you.
and give it to you.
Very good. What time do you generally get to school for your lesson? What time do you generally get to school for your lesson? I generally get to
I
school
generally get to school
at
at 8 p.m. to
8
6
p.m.,
p.m.
6 p.m. for my lesson.
for my lesson.
Very good. Okay. What time do you generally get home at the end of the day? What time do you generally get home at the end of the day? I generally get
I
home
generally get
at
home
about
at about 5 p.m.
at the end of the
At the
day.
end of the day.
Very good. What are the general meanings of the verb get? What are the general meanings of the verb get? The general
The
meanings
general
of the verb
meanings
get
of the verb
are
get
become
are
and
become
obtain.
and obtain.
Very good. If you are not sure when to use get, what is it better to do? If you are not sure when to use the word get, what is it better to do? If I'm not
If
sure
I'm not
when
sure
to use get,
when to use
it's
get,
better to
it's
use
better to
the other
use
verbs
the other
with the same
verbs
meaning.
with the same meaning.
Very good. Okay. Is there a picture on that wall? Is there a picture on that wall? Yes, there's
Yes,
a picture
there are pictures
on
on
that
that
wall.
wall.
Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago? Was there a picture on that wall 3 lessons ago? Yes, there
Yes,
was a
there
picture
was there was
on
pictures
that wall
on that
three
wall
lessons ago.
3 lessons ago.
Very good. Were there any books on the table last lesson? Were there any books on the table last lesson? Yes. there were
Yes,
some
there were
books
some
on the
books
table
on the
last lesson.
table last lesson.
Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson? Was there a chair in that corner during the last lesson? No, there
No,
wasn't a
there
chair
wasn't a
in that
chair
corner
in that
during
corner
the last lesson.
during the last lesson.
Were there any chairs on the table last lesson? Were there any chairs on the table last lesson? No, there weren't
No,
any
there weren't
chairs
any
on the
chairs
table
on the
last lesson.
table last lesson.
Very good. What's the opposite of the verb to live? What's the opposite of the verb to live? The opposite
The
of the
opposite
verb
of
to
the
live
verb to
is
live
to die.
to go is to die.
Very good. The most people die before they're 100 years old. The most people die before they're 100 years old. Yes, most
Yes,
people die
most people die
before they're
before
100
they
years
are
old.
100 years
Years
old.
old. Very good. One more. Yes, most people
Yes,
die
oh, most people die
before they're
before
100
they are
years
a
old.
hundred years old.
Very good. When did President Kennedy die? When did President Kennedy die? President Kennedy
President
died
Kennedy
in
died in
1963.
1963.
Very good. Is whiskey a weak drink? Is whiskey a weak drink? No,
No,
whiskey isn't a
whiskey
weak drink.
isn't a weak drink.
It's a
It's
strong drink.
strong. It's a strong drink.
Very good. Are young boys generally physically weak, stronger than men? Are young boys generally physically stronger than men? No, young
No,
boys
young
aren't
boys
generally
are
physically
generally
stronger
physically
than men.
stronger
They're
than men.
generally
They are generally
physically weaker than men.
physically weaker than men.
Reggie, do you speak English with a strong French accent? Do you speak English with a strong French accent? No, I
No,
don't speak
I don't
English
speak
with a strong
English with a
French accent.
strong French
I
accent.
speak it
I
with a
speak it
Japanese
with a
accent.
Japanese accent.
Reggie, does a soldier make a lot of money these days? Does a soldier make a lot of money these days? Yes or no?
No,
A
a
soldier
soldier
doesn't make a
doesn't
lot of
make
money
a
these
lot of
days.
money these days.
Reggie, which country do you think has the largest army in the world today? Which country do you think has the largest army in the world today? I think China
I think
has the
China it
largest
has the
army
largest
in the
army
world today.
in the world today.
Very good. What do we call the clothes that a soldier wears? What do we call the clothes that a soldier wears? We call the
We
clothes
call the
that a
clothes
soldier
that
wears
a soldier
a
wear is
uniform.
a uniform.
Very good. Do most children wear uniforms at school in your country? Do most children wear uniforms at school in your country? Yes or no?
Yes, the
Most
most students
wear uniforms
wear
at
uniforms
school in my
at school
country.
in my country.
Where is it cheap to build a large house in the country? Is it cheap to build a large house in the country? No, it
No,
isn't cheap
it isn't
to
cheap
build a
to
large
build
house
a lot of
in the
ch-
country.
a,
No, it isn't
no,
cheap
it isn't
to build
to
it, Boomer.
build.
No, it isn't
No, it
cheap
isn't cheap
to build a
to
large
build a
house
large
in the
house
country.
in the
It's
country.
expensive.
It's expensive.
Very good. Do you fill your stomach completely when you eat? Do you fill your stomach completely when you eat? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
fill my stomach
fill my
completely
stomach
when
completely
I eat.
when I eat.
Greg, about how many pages does this book contain? About how many pages does this book contain? That
Uh,
book
the book
contains about.
contains about 100 pages.
Very good. Are you good at art? Are you good at art? Yes or no?
No,
I'm not very good at art.
I'm not very good
At
at
art.
at
Very good. One
art.
more. No, I'm not
No,
very good
I'm
at
not
art.
very good at art.
Yeah, me neither. Okay. Was Picasso a writer or an artist? Was Picasso a writer or an artist? Picasso was
Picasso
an artist.
was an artist.
Very good. Do you always feel in good health? Do you always feel in good health? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't always
don't
feel in
always
good health.
feel in good health.
Greg, do you feel bad if you eat too much? Do you feel bad if you eat too much? Yes, I feel
Yes,
bad
I
if
feel
I
bad
eat
if
too
I
much.
eat too much.
Do you feel sad in good weather? Do you feel sad in good weather? No, I don't
No,
feel
I
sad
don't
in
feel
good
sad
weather.
in good
I
weather.
feel happy
I
in
feel
good
happy
weather.
in good weather.
Very good. What part of the square is this? What part of the square is this? It's the top of the
It's the
square.
top of the square.
What part of the
Oh,
square is this? What part of the square is this? It's the side
It's the
of the
side
square.
of the square.
What part of the square is this? What part of the square is this? It's the bottom
It's the
of the
bottom
square.
of the square.
What part of the square is this? What part of the square is this? It's the middle
It's
of
the
the square.
middle of the square.
Where's the letter E? Where's the letter E? The letter E is
The letter
in the top
is in
right
the
hand
top
corner
right hand
of the
corner of
square.
the square.
Right, where's the letter I? Where's the letter I? The letter I
The
is
letters
in the
eyes
bottom
in the
left hand
bottom
corner
left hand
of
corner
the
of
square.
the square.
Where again, where's the letter U? Where's the letter U? The letter U is
That letter
in the middle
use
of the
in the
square.
middle of the square.
Where again, do people drive their cars in the middle of the road? Do people drive their cars in the middle of the road? No,
No,
people don't drive
people don't
their
drive
cars
their
in
cars
the middle of the road.
in the middle of the road.
In most countries,
In most
they drive
countries,
them
they drive
on the
them
right hand
on the
side
right hand side
of the road.
of the road.
Megan, what's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? Another word
Another
for
word
middle
for middle
is center.
is center.
Is there anything in the center of this room? Is there anything in the center of this room? Yes or no?
Uh, yes,
There's something
them something
in the
in
center
the
of that room.
center of that room.
Megan, one more. Yes, there's something
Yes,
in the
there's
center
something
of
in the
that room.
center of that room.
Very good. And that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word.
Okay,
Very good. Okay, repeat. Sure.
sure.
Very good. Okay, listen. Sure is an adjective. For example, I have 2 ears. I'm sure. Okay, let's practice. How many ears have you? How many ears have you? I've two
I have
ears.
2 ears.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
Very good. Next, repeat. Request.
Request.
Very good. Okay, listen. Request is a noun. A request means the act of asking for something politely, in a good way. It is polite to say please in English at the end of a request. For example, open the door, please. Tell me your name, please. Those are requests. Okay, let's practice. Do we generally say please in English at the beginning of a request? Do we generally say please in English at the beginning of a request? No, we
No,
don't generally
we don't
say
generally
please in
say the
English
please
at
in
the
English
beginning
at
of
the
a
beginning
request.
of the
We
request.
say it at the end
We say at
of
the
a request.
beginning of the request.
Right? Is it polite to say please when we make a request? Is it polite not to say please when we make a request? No, it
No,
isn't
it
polite
isn't polite
not to say please
that to say
when
please
we make a
when
request.
we make a request.
It's impolite.
It's impolite.
Very good. Next, repeat neither nor.
Neither nor.
Very good. Okay, listen. Neither nor is a conjunction. It is the opposite of either or. For example, okay, yes, sir. Here we go. This isn't a book or a paper. This is a pen. Or we can say, this is neither a book nor a paper. This is a pen. Okay? Another example is, there are neither 100 chairs in this room nor 1,000 chairs. There are 3 chairs in that room. Let's practice. Is this a desk? Oh, here we go. Is this a desk or a chair? Is this a desk or a chair? No, it's
No,
neither a
it's
desk
neither a desk
or nor a chair.
nor a chair.
It's a door.
It's a door.
One more. No, it's neither a
No,
desk
it's
nor
neither
a
a
chair.
desk nor a
It's a
chair.
door.
It's a door.
Very good. Are there 100 chairs in this room or 1,000 chairs? Are there 100 chairs in this room or 1,000 chairs? No, there are
No,
neither
there
a
aren't
hundred
neither a
chairs
hundred
in that
chairs
room
in that
nor a
room,
thousand
nor a
chairs.
thousand
There
chairs,
are
and
three
there
chairs
are three
in
chairs
that room.
in that room.
Very good. Are you Mr. Brown or Mr. Smith? Are you Mr. Brown or Mr. Smith? No, I'm
No,
neither
I'm not.
Mr.
I'm
Brown
neither Mr.
nor
Brown
Mr. Smith.
nor Mr.
I'm
Smith. I'm Callan.
Hickory. Very good. Okay, there we go. Next, repeat willing.
Willing.
Very good. Okay, listen. Willing. Okay, willing is an adjective. To be willing is to be happy to do something. For example, I'm always happy to help other people. Or we could say, I'm always willing to help other people. Let's practice. Are you always willing to help other people? Are you always willing to help other people? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'm
I
always
always
willing
willing
to help
to
other people.
help other people.
Very good. Are you willing to give me all the money you have in your pocket at the moment? Are you willing to give me all the money you have in your pocket at the moment? No, I'm not
No,
willing
I'm not
to give
willing
you all the
to give
money
you all the money
I have in
in
my
I
pocket.
have it market
In my pocket at the
in
moment.
my pocket the moment.
Very good. Okay, next. Repeat. Okay, so let's talk about irregular verbs.
Okay.
Irregular verbs. Okay,
Re-
repeat. Film.
Film
Pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Very good. Okay, so let's have some irregular verbs. Okay, repeat. Leave, left.
Read left.
Read, read.
Read red.
Smell, smelt.
Smell smelt.
Meet, met.
Mean met.
Learn, learned.
Run learned.
Feel, felt.
Feel felt.
Stand, sent.
Stand.
Hear, heard.
Hear heard.
Very good. Okay, next. Know, knew.
Know knew.
Hold, held.
Hold held.
Hang, hung.
Aunt aunt.
One more. Hang, hung.
Hung
Hang, like
ha-
Hang. Hang, hung.
hang hung.
Very good. Bring, brought.
Bring brought.
Buy, bought.
Buy bought.
Go, went.
Go went.
Shake, shook.
Shake shook.
Stay, said.
Say said.
Think, thought.
Think thought.
Teach, taught.
Teach taught.
Very good. Okay, so those are some examples of irregular verbs. Irregular verbs means the past tense or the past participle change the spelling or the form. Okay, listen. The word film is a noun. Films are moving pictures. We watch films at the cinema, or another word for films are movies. For example, Harry Potter, Top Gun, Titanic. The noun of pronounce is pronunciation. Pronounce is a verb. Pronunciation is the noun. The past of leave is left. The past of begin is begun. For example, English pronunciation was difficult when I first began studying English. Let's practice. What's the past of leave? What's the past of leave? The past of leave
The past of
is
leave
left.
is left.
What time did you leave home to come here today? What time did you leave home to come here today? I left home
I left
at
home
5
at
p.m.
5
to
p.m.
come here today.
to come here today.
Wait, what's the past of smell? What's the past of smell? The past of
The
smell
past of
is smelled.
smell is smelled.
Did your lunch smell bad yesterday? Did your lunch smell bad yesterday? No, my
No,
lunch
my
didn't
lunch
smell
it
bad
didn't smell
yesterday.
bad
It
yesterday.
smelled good.
It smelled good.
Wait, did you learn any new words last week? Did you learn any new words last week? Yes, I learned
Yes, I
some
learned
new words
some new
last week.
words last week.
Did you send any emails to your friends last month? Did you send any emails to your friends last month? Yes, I sent
Yes, I
some
sent
emails
some
to my
emails
friends
to
last
my
month.
friends last month.
Did you know me 2 weeks ago? Did you know me 2 weeks ago? Yes, I knew
Yes,
you
I knew
two
you
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Wait, did that picture hang on the wall last lesson? Did that picture hang on the wall last lesson? Yes, that
Yes,
picture hung
that picture hung
on that wall
on that
last
wall
lesson.
last lesson.
Did we read these books last week? Did we read these books last week? You'll say, yes, we read
Yes,
those
we
books
read those
last
books
week.
last week.
Who was the last person you met before coming to the school? Who was the last person you met before coming to the school? My
My um, my brother
was the last person
was the last
I met
person
before
I
coming
met
to the
before the
school.
coming to school.
Did you feel cold last summer? Did you feel cold last summer? No, I
No,
didn't feel
I
cold
didn't feel
last
cold
summer.
last summer.
I felt hot.
I felt hot.
Did you hear me say good afternoon to you at the beginning of the lesson? Did you hear me say good afternoon to you at the beginning of the lesson? Yes, I heard
Yes,
you say
I had to
good
say
afternoon to
good
me
afternoon to
at the
me
beginning of
at
the
the
lesson.
beginning of the lesson.
What did I hold in my hand last lesson? What did I hold in my hand last lesson? You held your pen
You held your pen
in your hand
into
last
in your
lesson.
hand rest the lesson.
Very good. What did you bring with you to the lesson today? What did you bring with you to the lesson today? I brought my
I
books
brought my books
with me to
with
the
me
lesson
to
today.
the lesson today.
Where did you buy your clothes from? Where did you buy your clothes from? I bought my
I
clothes
bought my clothes
from
from Uniqlo.
Uniqlo. Very good. Did you go to the pub last month? Did you go to the pub last month? Yes or no?
No,
I didn't
no,
go
I didn't
to the
go
pub last
to the
month.
pub last month.
Who was the last person you shook hands with? Who was the last person you shook hands with? My brother was
My
the
brother
last person
was the last
I
person
shook hands
I
with.
shook hands with.
What did I say to you at the end of the last lesson? What did I say to you at the end of the last lesson? You said goodbye
You
to
said
me
goodbye to
at
me
the end of
at
the
the
last
end of
lesson.
the last lesson.
Where did you think the last film you saw was a good one? Did you think the last film you saw was a good one? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
thought
think
the
I
last film
thought
I
the
saw
last film I saw
was a good one.
was the good one.
Did you think English pronunciation was difficult when you first began studying English? Did you think English pronunciation was difficult when you first began studying English? Yes, I
Yes,
thought
I
English
thought
pronunciation
English
was
pronunciation
difficult
was
when I
difficult
first
when I
began
first began
studying English.
studying English.
Did your parents teach you to wash and dress when you were a child? Did your parents teach you to wash and dress when you were a child? Yes, my
Yes,
parents
my
taught me
parents taught
taught
me
me to
to,
wash and dress.
to wash a dress,
And when I was a
and
child,
when I was a child.
one more, yes, my
Yes,
parents
my
taught me,
parents uh,
like
to,
past tense of teach, taught me.
taught me.
One more, yes, my
Yes,
parents
my
taught
parents
me
taught
to
me
wash and
to
dress
wash and
when
dress
I was a child.
when I was a child.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay,
Almost forgot. Okay, very good. So our reading is at stage 3, paragraph page 137. Last headword was peace. Okay, please start at headword a country, the country, nation, nationality, British.
okay. A country, the country, nation, nationality, British. What the difference between a country and the country? The difference between a country and the country
The
is that
country,
the country is that a country is a nation, whereas the country is the opposite of
or
the
is
town.
the opposite.
Is the opposite of the town.
Very good.
But what's the name of your country? Japan is the name of my country. What's your nationality? My nationality is Japanese. What nationality is Mr. Callan? Mr. Callan is British. Live. Do you live in the country? Yes, I live in the country. No, I don't live in the country. I live in a town. Do you most
Or
children live
do
with their
most,
Do most children live with their parents? Yes, most children live with their parents. Do you want to live for 100 years? Yes, I want to live for 100 years. No, I don't want to live for 100 years.
pleasant,
Present. Uh,
pleasant,
pleasant.
unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
Yes.
Gas. Does gas smell pleasant? No, gas doesn't smell pleasant. It smells unpleasant. Do flowers smell unpleasant? No, flowers don't smell unpleasant. They smell pleasant. Do most people think work is a pleasant thing? No, most people don't think work is a pleasant thing. They think it's an unpleasant thing. Is Paris an unpleasant city? No, Paris isn't an unpleasant city. It's a pleasant city. Glass, cup. What do we drink wine from? We drink wine from a glass. Do we drink coffee from a glass? No, we don't drink coffee from a glass. We drink from a cup. Longer than, shorter than. Is the table longer than the
Okay,
room?
very
Oh,
good. But we